In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto. Question everything.
Trust nothing, especially
It's
FTX.
your boy. It's your boy, CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader here on another episode, actually a special episode of Debate Crypto. We're happy that you are here. The market is crashing. We are watching it happen. And we're here to tell you, what are you going to do, right? I do want to throw out there before we get started, if you're not involved in Danger Close Alpha, make sure that you jump over to Danger Close Alpha. That is our NFT project. We brought the prepper community together with the crypto and NFT community. Make sure that you do that. Jump into the Discord. Somebody's going to have the opportunity to win 5 ETH. So that's what it is. Make sure to smash the likes. Let's have some fun. No game plan today. Hey, have you told the Discord, Miguel?
No, I thought you did, but dude, I can tell them right now, real quick, no problem. I mean, I got some theories, bro. I've been thinking, and you know what happens when I start thinking?
Turn your volume down too.
My volume
on your phone.
You hear something?
But go ahead. I've got mine all the way down now. Okay.
What I was saying was what I was thinking about is the fact of CZ has come out. He looks like the savior right now of crypto by taking out FTX, right? Because everybody hates FTX. But what if it was all part of the plan? Right? Because what if FTX and Binance are working together? They had no true intention to ever actually buy out FTX, right? And then they walk away from the deal. They know that this is going to crash crypto, crash Bitcoin, and it only makes Binance even more powerful. They are a centralized exchange, right, around the world. Their coin is pretty heavily centralized, right? They're taking a stake in Twitter, right? A $500 million stake in Twitter. And now by taking out FTX, crashing Bitcoin helps them accumulate more, helps them, gain more power as an influence in the crypto space. And, we don't know what that really means for crypto in the long run. Crypto's supposed to be about decentralization, but we keep putting these centralized entities on the pedestal and these guys are the savior of crypto. And I think that could be a double-edged sword if we're not careful.
Well, we're not here for financial advice, but let me just throw out there's a t-shirt that I'm wearing right now for a reason. Huddle strong, calm down, everything's going to be okay. Let me just say this. I was talking about this on TikTok a little bit ago. The reality is that if your blood pressure spikes, if you get all crazy worried, if you get all upset when the crypto markets crash, then you just need to stick around longer. I know that myself and Crusader have gotten to the point where we look at this as nothing other than an opportunity. I used to get, and I know Crusader, you had to have gone through this, dude. I know that I used to originally, when I first got into crypto, started, packing my bags, I always wanted to see my portfolio getting bigger. And anytime it got smaller, I felt some type of way about it. Now, fast forward some years, I do look at it as an opportunity, and I don't think that you can look at it any different. So no matter what the case may be, I think if we can have that positive outlook and we're investing in the right types of assets, then, hey, it's not that big of a deal. But it is a big deal because you're right. If this indeed was a game plan, now we have to ask why. Why did we go from, and this is where I'm getting concerned, why did we go from SBF, who was a part of the system, right? He was the largest campaign donor or largest or second largest to the Biden administration, right? So he was one of the people that sit at the table. Why would he be the one to get taken down? Why would he be the one to go down? And then CZ comes in. What nationality is CZ, by the way? Okay, just saying.
We're not assuming here.
We're not about that.
We're not assuming.
It's not about
here,
that, but I'm just saying
I think
that now we have a country that has definitely had issues with us for a long time. There is a reason why a lot of these exchanges are allowed to operate in the US and Binance is not. I'm just flat out. You have to recognize that Binance.us is a different entity and has different board members and everything than Binance. Now we have CZ coming into with his cape to quote unquote save the day, at least temporarily, and taking it from SBF, who yes had become the villain very quickly, but was part of the part of the system. I'm confused, and it makes me worried. I don't know.
Well, think about it. Who else would be better? Look, now FTX is being investigated by the US. They're probing into the mishandling of user funds, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Once again, it's another catalyst event for regulation to point at, right, just how they did with Terra Luna and say, hey, look how terrible and dangerous crypto is, right? He knows, right, that this was all part of the plan, right? We're assuming here, this is What If Wednesday, right? If we're assuming here that is part of the plan, they use FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, as the fall guy, right? But he's protected long term, and nothing actually is going to happen to him, right? Because he, like you said, was one of the biggest donors to the Biden administration, has been working with the regulators, right, and pointing at all the dangers and saying how they need bit licenses and make the process a lot harder, right? Which CZ from Binance has also pointed at. The fact that they have now fallen will be used against crypto to say, hey, we need tougher regulations, we need tougher rules about who can and cannot be an exchange to protect the users, right? But the fact that he is one of the biggest donors for the Biden administration and is part of the conversation, he knows he might not see jail time. If he does, it'll be very minimal, it'll be whatever. Like, he's already got backdoor deals to possibly protect himself from what is happening. I mean, look what happened with Duquan, right? He's still out there. People lost tons of money, billions of dollars. Whether it was his fault, not his fault, some evidence came out saying that he kind of knew and he was pulling out money ahead of time. And what was Sam Bankman-Fried doing a few days ago, a few weeks ago, saying, "Hey, buy FTT, no better time than now," yada yada, right?
Yeah.
Pushing all this conference, like if he didn't know what was happening behind the scenes, and if the books were so cooked that Binance themselves are going to walk away from this deal, there's no way he didn't know. And I think it could be that. It could be a false flag against crypto, build up this FTX young billionaire working with the regulations, and then vilify him, right? He's a monster. He was doing all this bad thing in crypto. We need even tougher regulations because we need to protect the people.
Yeah. I have a good question here. Hazley said, how far along in the process is the industry into making a committee to regulate instead of the SEC? This actually ties into what we're talking about right now. There's so many different eyes on crypto right now. They try to get the retail to look at crypto. They have the institutions via the hedge funds looking at crypto right now. They have the banks looking at crypto. They have the CFTC looking at crypto. They have the SEC trying to have all the purview and oversight of crypto. And so the question becomes exactly what Hazley's asking. How does that play out? Who's going to actually have oversight? Now, I would like, and I think a lot of people would like, the CFTC to have oversight. Why? Because the CFTC means that we are treating crypto as a commodity, right? Instead of a security. Securities Exchange Commission, right? What is that? Securities. Well, if we look at cryptos as securities, it's going to turn into a glorified stock market rather quick. I don't think that it's going to go down like that. But for some projects, it definitely is. Library Coin, boom, just got hit with that. I think it's all about presentation and how things have been presented, which brings us back to where we're at right now, talking about the crash that's happening right now. The presentation was that Sam Bankman-Fried was saving all of these different exchanges from, themselves and coming in as this hero, when these are very smart people that know what their books look like. They have people that work for them that know what their books look like. And it would not have taken a rocket scientist or a mathematician to look at the books and say, we're very, very exposed in this area. We are very heavily leveraged in a certain area with that FTT token, with how we've loaned out money and taken loans and da-da-da-da. Somebody had to have seen that. I think that CZ was playing 4D chess. He said, you want to play games? You want to play? Let me tell you something, okay? He became Scarface, and he came in and he said, if you want to play games and you want to try to push the rest of the industry out, I've got a little something for you. Now, the question then becomes, is that, just like you said, is that indeed the end game? Or push them out, then not actually bail them out, not buy them out. What happens if that's the case? What happens if they back away from this, Miguel?
Dude, I mean, everything's just going to keep dumping even harder, right? There's going to be more liquidation because they're going to have to eventually, pay people back some way, somehow. There's going to be liquidation of assets, right? They're talking about what's the company that owns them that they're working with again?
Alameda,
whatever it is, right? Tons of
Alameda,
FTT,
yeah.
right? Tons of Solana, billions of dollars of Solana. VC money from Solana is getting released into the market. It's going to crush Solana. Is Solana going to be able to recover, right? If Solana crashes, there's a whole NFT market built on Solana, right? There's a bunch of other things that exist on Solana that are going to get crushed, right?
Yeah.
Crushed. And that's going to just call for stronger regulations, man. They're going to use all of this as evidence against the crypto market. And could that be part of the plan for Binance, right? Could that actually be the plan? Make it as centralized as possible, as heavily regulated as possible. Another thing that you guys need to realize is the US holds over I forgot how many billions of dollars, over $3 billion, which is like 4 million Bitcoins or something like that. I forgot. I just read this just the other day. So they're literally one of the biggest whales of Bitcoin right now. One of the biggest whales.
The actual
China.
the United States, the Fed, not the Fed, but our U.S. government holds hundreds or thousands of Bitcoin.
I'm gonna look up for the exact answer here real quick.
Check on that. I want to touch on something that XRP Elias said. He says, "Not sure I agree. The price dump is not from retail. I don't think there's enough retail to make it dump that far. This seems to me like whales are taking this event to make it like a black swan." Let me touch on this. Yeah. No one said that this is retail. Now, retail is a part of this, okay, for sure. But we've lost over $200 billion in 24 hours. $200 billion. Elon Musk's net worth liquidated overnight. Like not literally, but what I'm saying is the amount of money that he is worth,
from 16 billion to overnight. 993 million.
Yes.
So far.
So that's Sam Bankman-Fried. But what I was getting at was that we've had $200 billion disappear from the crypto market like that. So what you're asking, or you're saying that you don't agree, is that the price dump isn't from retail. I agree with you. The actual 100%. Price dump is absolutely from institutions. But check it out. These institutions, a lot of them, they weren't taking a loss. This was a massive amount of profit taking for a lot. Not all of them, but this is a massive amount of profit taking to basically hedge on the fact that, hey, where is this headed? The people that don't know, the institutions, the hedge funds that don't know, they are taking profits so that they can hedge their bets on crypto. And guess what? The interesting thing is they can short the heck out of this.
That's exactly what I was going to say, dude.
They can dump the freaking price, get it absolutely bottom of the barrel. What do you think is going to happen next? Who do you think is going to start scooping all this up? The same people that made money on the way down.
They go to the futures market, right? They go to the futures market, they put their shorts in, right? Then they go on spot. They start dumping the Bitcoin, start dumping Solana, start dumping FTT, whatever it is.
That's right.
And then they make all that money. And then when the price drops, they grab all those profits and go back into spot and buy it back up. Obviously, it'll probably be OTC or whatever it is, not to push the price back up. But and then they double, triple, quadruple their bags of actual crypto. Because people need to realize, yes, the value of dollar-wise, your crypto is going down right now. But one Bitcoin is still one Bitcoin. One Ethereum is still one Ethereum. The size of your bag is what matters. Can you double the amount of crypto that you have? Not the dollar value, the amount of coins that you have. Right. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Short. And by the way, the correct
buy at lower prices, rinse, repeat. Short, buy at lower prices, rinse, repeat. I mean, that's legit.
The accurate numbers for the U.S. government holds 210,000 Bitcoin, which is roughly $4.3 billion. But that was obviously like 20 hours ago.
To 210,000. That means they own 1% of the total supply.
Yeah.
That's 1% of the total supply.
And that's what we know of. Who knows how much more Bitcoin they own that we don't know, right?
Yeah.
From all these seizures that they keep happening. And China is also a huge holder of Bitcoin. Even though they banned it, the government still holds a huge amount of Bitcoin.
Michael, the link is right down below the video. It should be in the information down below the video. Just click on that down there. But yeah, so ultimately, that's what's happening here. It is think about how great this would be, Miguel. Let's say we had okay, let's use an example. We've got Danger Close Alpha. Okay, we'll use that because this is something that's a smaller, project. So for those of you that don't know, by the way, jump into Danger Close Alpha. That's our NFT project. Somebody's gonna have the opportunity to win 5 ETH. We got a 5 ETH competition going on. What do you have to do? You got to be in the Discord and get into a faction. To do that and be eligible, you got to be a holder. The gas masks at the prices right now are probably like $4 or like 0.005 or 0.006 ETH, which I think is like $5 right now. At any event, grab a gas mask, get involved. If you can't spend $5 to ultimately hopefully win 7 grand or more, I don't know what to tell you. But at any event, let's say that we were able to, so we've got our project. Let's say we minted a whole bunch of NFTs. Now, we hold back a whole bunch of these NFTs. The portion sells out on the market. Boom, they go away. Then we all of a sudden dump a massive amount into the market and start on the tail end of fear that we have created on some sort of an event that maybe, Miguel's going to jail. It's all going down. It's over. Think about it, just like the SBF thing, right? And then people see us dumping. It tells them, oh my gosh, I've got to get out. I better get out while I can. And it's a spiraling effect. Then what happens? The floor price of the NFT now it absolutely goes literally through the floor. It's just down, down, down. And then what? We come back in, we scoop back up all of our bags and then hold, build the project back up, rinse, repeat. That's what's happening in the markets with these institutions. And what they're doing is they're literally just shorting down, buying up low prices, price appreciation, rinse and repeat. And that's literally what's happened. Think about if you could do that and not get in trouble for it, man, I got to tell you, these, yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Dude. So. I mean, I want to share my screen here real quick and show you guys a few things. I mean, bro, people are freaking out, but this is why you shouldn't be freaking out, right? Things in crypto fundamentally still haven't really changed. Obviously, we're going through another catalyst event, right? Black Swan event of liquidations, but right, it's been 365 days, right, since the top of the market last year.
Yep.
In November. Last time this happened in 2018, 2019, we had the run up. Now we've entered again the 365-day mark. Could this be the last capitulation event before the move back up, right? We're going to eventually have some type of recovery. Obviously, it's not a V-shaped recovery. It's slow and coming back around, but we could be seeing that. Another thing here, right? A lot of people were super bullish on Polygon, right? Let's just use Polygon as an example. Polygon themselves, everybody was super bullish on it with everything that was happening. Disney, the partnerships, all the stuff that they've been announcing, right? Instagram and the NFTs. It's down 15% just today. Back down under $1, 84 cents. Why are people terrified? Why wouldn't you be looking at this? Like, the way I see it is these are opportunities, right? I'm not telling you to go buy anything. This is not financial advice. I'm telling you how I'm thinking. My thought process is fundamentally Cardano for me still the same. Polkadot, not Polkadot, but Polygon, Polkadot fundamentally still the same, right? Ethereum still the same. All I'm seeing is fire sales, right? Cheaper prices that I can accumulate at and just give it time. It's just about time in the market. So if you're Solana's been down 38% just today, down to $14, and they're gonna keep dropping. I mean, they're gonna be dropping like
they're probably
like an anchor in the ocean, dude.
Yeah. And so I like to equate it though to the stock market. If you are looking at these as companies, which these projects are small businesses, some larger than others, some of them are large businesses. If nothing's changed for the business and the price is down, what does that mean? Well, that means you're able to put yourself in a better position long term in that asset, in that company. That's all that's happening here with crypto. I know people are freaking out. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if Binance is going to ultimately stick with what they're saying they're going to do. We don't know what's going to happen with any of these naming rights on these stadiums. We don't know what's going to happen with, we don't know what's going to happen with Voyager and Celsius. Listen, there is a lot of big, fat question marks in the market right now. But I have been talking about this, and I'm going to pat myself on the back. I have been talking about, whether this is the event or not, I have been talking about an event or events that are going to happen that were going to give us opportunities. This would be an example of one of those. I've been talking about this for over a year and a half, saying, hey, listen, be patient. There will be opportunities. We still have opportunities to come. I just talked about it about a month ago again. Opportunities are going to come to give you the ability to buy at some really low prices. I think this is one of them. Again, we're not here to give you financial advice. We're not here to scare you about anything at all. We're actually here to give you encouragement and say, hey, listen, these markets are moving. They're moving to the downside. They're moving fast. Could they keep going? Yes, they could. Could they turn back around? Yes, they could. Why are we so boring with our dollar cost averaging strategy and buying up opportunistic times like this? Because it works.
Yeah, dude, this reminds me right now, right? This exact time reminds me of the 2018 hash wars where Bitcoin was at 6,000 and then the hash war scenario happened with Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, all the little Bitcoin things, and Bitcoin dropped quickly to like 3,200. It was November, December, and then quickly in the beginning of next year, Bitcoin started to move back up and it started to, start having a pump. So
yeah.
Like I said, right, these opportunities, like you were saying, these opportunities, they don't come around every single day, right? You've been waiting around forever. Bitcoin's been ranging at 1920, 1920, 1920. Well, it's finally made a move, right? And it's a move that, I'm planning on taking advantage of. I was picking up some ADA last night. I'm going to be picking up some Gala here pretty soon. I'm going to be picking up a few other coins as well. That it's just, this is the time to accumulate. You buy low and you sell high. I'm not gonna buy when Bitcoin's at 30,000 and the altcoins are up 30-40% in the day, right? I'm gonna buy when there's blood in the street. I'm gonna buy when, like today, right, the market is down 10, 15, 30% on some coins. Those are the days that I'm gonna buy.
Yeah, for sure. And if you don't have and I changed that, by the way, because the TikTok fam can see Debate Crypto on there, just letting you know. So if you're here from TikTok, that's where you're going. Debate Crypto. Make sure to check us out over on YouTube. We appreciate you guys for being here, doing a little impromptu stream. So yeah, Miguel, I literally just want to stress to everybody, these are nothing more than an opportunity. So let's talk about the opportunity. What kind of projects, Miguel, do you like to look at when it comes to these opportunities? Like what? So we were speaking this morning. I know you brought one up in particular. I'll let you speak on that. For us, it needs to be a game plan for you. You need to look at your own portfolio and say, okay, what do I have? What don't I have? What kind of funding do I have? What is the long-term outlook of that project? Let me start with this. Ethereum, for example, great opportunity. I look at it as a great opportunity. We have our NFT project. So people are paying in Ethereum for the NFT project. So because we do have some Ethereum coming in, maybe then I look at my portfolio and say, okay, well, maybe that's not I already hold a ton of Ethereum, right? Or at least I like to call it a ton. I already hold a lot of Ethereum and we're going to have some more coming in from our NFT. Maybe that's not the asset. Okay, boom. What's your thought process, Miguel, on what you're stacking and why you're stacking it?
Yeah, so I can actually show here a chart here real quick to kind of help with that understanding.
Check out Unforgettable Name. Got 8 at 35 cents yesterday. No complaints here. Hey, you're about to hear something about that probably.
That's right. All right. So look, I'm gonna share my screen here. You guys can see it, right? You can see here. This is the ADA chart, right? This is the weekly. Let's do a quick measurement from the top, right, of $3, right? I'm not gonna go to the very tip. I'm just gonna go to the top of the candle, right? It was about 290 or so, 293, $3. You come all the way down to where we're at right now, about a little bit lower than 37 cents. We are at about it's a little bit more than whatever 30 cents, 32 cents, or whatever it is. 89%, right? We're all the way down 89%. That is a
which
massive,
means it's an 893% move to the upside to make that happen.
Exactly, right. Exactly. So if you do the calculations, right, there is no reason that Cardano cannot reach $3 one more time, right? There is no reason it can't hit way higher than that. But I'm only thinking hit all-time high, the previous all-time high one more time. $3. We're seeing the NFT market on Cardano continue to grow. We're seeing more technology right down the roadmap being released. There's no reason Cardano can't do that. That is massive amounts of money, right? Versus, let's say, something like Ethereum. So if we look at the Ethereum chart, right? Ethereum is great. I love it. But from where it's at right now, right? From where it's at right now, there we go. From where it's at to the all-time high is only 297%. And I say that, right? Only not 300%. That's only about 3x, right? With Cardano, you have an 8x, and
well, that's actually over.
understand.
That's actually just about a 4. That's actually just about a 4x. That calculation doesn't work on that one that way. But it's about
Whatever.
a. That's okay. It's
Tomatoes,
about a 4.
potatoes.
It's about a 4x.
I was 1x off. Tomatoes, potatoes. You understand, right? 800 versus 300 is a way bigger number, right? It's basic math. Cardano has been around for many bull cycles and bear cycles. It's been around. It's been created by Charles Hoskin, one of the founders of Ethereum. There is no reason to believe that Cardano's in any kind of danger, will not survive this bear market, and will not pump in the next bull market.
So I want to touch on something that you just said, because I think it's important. So what Crusader just touched on was, he talked about an old all-time high. Okay. On a lot of projects, you need to understand that bull markets get irrational. Okay. So you cannot use that metric on any project that you want to. You can use that as a metric to just kind of get an idea of where people believed, because these valuations in the crypto space, a lot of them are just what people essentially were willing to pay at the time. And bull markets do get irrational. That being said, what Crusader's talking about is the fact that Cardano is a tried and true project. This is a project that is growing, that's going to continue to grow, that is not going anywhere. And Charles Hoskinson was there when Ethereum started. He started Cardano. He's not going anywhere. This is going to be a layer one that's not going to go away. That does not mean, and I want to make this clear, that does not mean that you should go over to Shiba Inu and see where it's at right now and look at the top of where it was and say, oh, well, I've got the opportunity to get about a 700x or whatever the stupid number is at this point. That's not what I'm saying, and that's not what he's saying. He's saying that the projects that you get involved with, assuming that they are blue chips, assuming that they've been tried and true, it's just a metric that you can pay attention to see, okay, people believe that it had about this valuation, and it gives you just kind of a ballpark idea. The other thing that I like to look at is market capitalization. And I like to start off with, where do we see the global crypto market cap as a whole? I see the global crypto market cap as a whole not too long from now surpassing gold. Let's start off not just with Bitcoin. Let's start off with the whole market. If the whole market surpasses gold, what are we at right now? We're at 800-ish.
We're 800,
like 800 let me see here.
800 billion or something.
We're at $834 billion right now. Okay. So 834 billion. The market cap of gold is, I'm going to use 10 trillion for just simple numbers, because I don't know what it is exactly right now, but let's call it 10 trillion. So you've got about a 12x right there. So if you are involved, if you kept the entire crypto market exactly as it is, the percentage is the same, Bitcoin having this much dominance, Ethereum having this much dominance, Cardano having this much, whatever the case may be, I like to look at the fact that, hey, I don't see any reason why the entire market can't do a 12x. Now, all of a sudden, you start saying, well, 12x. My gosh, if we start doing that and we get compounded returns over time, we do some staking, there's opportunity, I guess is what I'm getting at. And long term, we're going to go a lot farther than that. Okay. So just understand that if you are getting involved off of old or future opportunity, please understand the project that you're getting involved with. Don't just do that for any just willy-nilly crazy project.
I only do that kind of math when it's top tier 10 right projects where I know they've been around for,
and it makes sense for that. And it makes sense for that. Yeah.
FTT, right? People are like, oh well, look at FTT. Nobody thought FTX was going to go away. Yeah, but they just showed up yesterday, right? They just showed up the other day. It's not the same, right?
And I like this too. I think this is really important. Overt says, I'm thinking to hold cash right now. So unfortunately, as much as we don't love the US dollar, this is not a bad thing either. We talk about dry powder. For me, dry powder, I like to have in stable coins right now. Now with stable coins, I'm really particular on that too. We've seen some issues with stable coins. So you've got to know, this is why we always say, do your research, do your due diligence. Who do we think is not going anywhere? USDC, at least for me. Circle, the company Circle, in bed and shaking hands with all the right people. Boom. So USDC, Tether. Yes, we definitely hold some Tether, USDT, but they've had a lot of question marks over time, but still solid.
Still hanging in there.
Yeah, still hanging in there for sure. They've had questions, but have continued to play it. So I think that the cash, whether it's in stable coins or actual cash, is a smart play, especially right now. What are we doing? We're headed towards deflation right now. Like that's the direction we're headed. The US dollar is getting
that's
stronger.
What they want.
I know that's what they want.
Get it? I don't know.
I don't know, but we're headed in that direction. And that's part of the problem that's crushing the rest of the world, right? The rest of the world is seeing interest rates rise. And on top of that, the value of the dollar rising. So their debts all of a sudden are getting exponentially bigger and harder to pay off. It's crushing some of these other markets. So holding cash from that regard makes a lot of sense. The other thing is, if you believe like I do in these macro events, this would be an example of one. If you don't have anything sitting to the side to take advantage of the event, then what's the event? The event's nothing except for a blip on the radar. If you're able to take advantage of the event, I was blessed enough with the COVID crash to have a significant amount of dry powder on the side. It was not purposeful specifically for that. It was just, hey, I've got some funds available. Holy mackerel, this is scary, but I'm going to do it. It was the best thing that I ever did. And so making sure to hold cash, I like that idea. I think it's an important piece of a portfolio. And most people, when they break down a portfolio, will give you different percentages of what you should hold. And cash should definitely be on the list, no doubt.
Yeah, to an extent, for sure, right? But sometimes people get too comfortable holding cash, and they think that things are going to keep dropping.
And it does nothing for them.
And it doesn't do anything for them, and then the cash never grows, right? You got to make your cash grow for you, work for you. You have to get in at some point, right? You have to eventually, unless you're a trader and you're waiting for that exact perfect spot, you're going to have to dollar cost average at some point. Because if not, you're going to dollar cost average possibly on the way up more than anything, and you're going to be missing out. You're going to be buying on green days, and then you're going to be panic selling on red days, and that's not what you want to be doing, right? You don't want to wait till Bitcoin bounces back up to 30 and say, well, it's probably going to come back down. I'll wait for it to come back down, and then we're at 40, 50, and you're like, oh, it's not coming back down. Let me start buying. Then they start buying, right, and then it starts dropping. No, it's going to come back up. It's going to come back up. Then we're back down at 15, and you're still hoping that we hit, 60 again, and you're always doing the opposite of what you should be. So be careful. You have to take a position. You have to put some skin into the game at some point, and the red days are the best to do that over any other time.
Yeah, so check this out. So Bitcoin dips below 17K as crypto market awaits the FTX Binance deal.
Share your screen.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. I will do that. I was literally looking down at tiki-taki for a second there. Okay. Bitcoin briefly traded below 17,000 as doubts about whether Binance would follow through on its announced plan to purchase FTX.com continued to roil markets. Bitcoin hit a low of 16,913 on Coinbase, according to TradingView data, before recovering and trading at 17,1 at 11:06 a.m. amid major price volatility. The latest leg down came after a report citing a single person familiar with CZ's exchange is unlikely to complete the acquisition after an early examination of FTX's finances. The crypto market this week has gyrated sharply around the news of crypto exchange's FTX collapse and subsequent prospective deal to sell itself to Binance. Numerous crypto assets, including Bitcoin, have declined in value, with Bitcoin shedding 10% since Tuesday, as the block previously reported. Okay, so this is what we've been talking about. They are currently looking at FTX book. This could go a myriad of directions. Let's say they don't. Let's say that FTX becomes insolvent. A bunch of people are going to lose whatever funds that they have, or possibly going to lose or not have any access to move it for a long time, whatever the case may be. Is this where the SEC or the CFTC jumps in and once again says, see, we told you there's got to be more regulations? Is that a part of the plan? Did they come to CZ and say, hey, listen, we're going to allow you to operate in the way that you want to, but you need to, we talked about it last night. What did they call it? Proof of
reserves.
Proof of reserves. Is this where the SEC or whoever it is going to come in and say, We need to see proof of reserves with any and every single crypto asset, which then does what? One more layer less of any sort of privacy that anyone can have. It's said to protect the people, but will it? I don't know. I think that ultimately, though, this is going to mess with these markets either way. I don't see a quick bounce from this. Whoops, sorry, I had a call come through there. I don't see a quick bounce from this. I think we might see some sort of a little bit of a rebound, and then I think we're going to settle in at a price that people are comfortable accumulating. I don't think it'll be this low for long. I guess what I'm saying. I think we're going to bounce a little bit, maybe that 18, 19, 20K again, and then things get boring again. I don't know. What are your thoughts on?
Yeah, we could
on
definitely keep ranging, right? This last cycle has definitely been one of the ones with the longest amounts of long time sideways consolidation at price points, and then either you see a big move either up or down, right? Last time that we were at 30,000, we consolidated there forever before we moved back up and hit 69K. We came back down. We consolidated at 30 for quite a bit of time. People thought it was going to hold. I thought it was going to hold. It broke, dropped down to the 20s, held there for forever until now. And now we've broken below that again.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could definitely see more sideways consolidation for the next couple of weeks.
Jeremy,
sure.
I just looked at I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just looked at Tether. Tether's not depegging. Everything looks pretty stable.
It's just because it's down like 11% or what does it say? Like 0.11% or something.
It was like point, but I mean it always moves around a little bit. That's very normal, I guess, is the answer to that. So yeah, I don't know. I think that we all need to be aware of the fact that we are in risk on assets. If you didn't know that you were buying a risk on asset, you know now, right? But the crypto markets are, again, a reminder. That's your opportunity. This is a risk, right? We're not telling anybody to do anything, but we're also not suggesting that you remortgage your house to then buy in on a dip. What we're trying to say is you've got to have a game plan set up for yourself. And if this looks like an opportunity to you, it looks like an opportunity to me. It looks like an opportunity to Crusader. Maybe it's not an opportunity for you, or maybe you're not set up and ready for that opportunity. If you're not, try to get yourself into a position to be ready. This is an example of an unforeseen thing that happens in the crypto space. This can happen in the stock market. We've seen it in a whole bunch of different places as it relates to financials. And when this happens, what do? You either take advantage of it or you watch from the sidelines. We're going to try to take advantage of it.
We got some pretty interesting comments here. Somebody says, I wouldn't touch any NFTs right now.
What?
And somebody else said, are there any NFTs worth getting into? I would say Danger Close Alpha, right, is the NFT project you want to get into. It's bringing real life utility, right, getting you real life resources, real life skills to prepare for any real life scenario to face it head on. And we're doing a 5 ETH competition. All you gotta do is buy a gas mask, right? Buy a gas mask is like about $5 to $6 worth on the floor right now on OpenSea. You buy a gas mask, you become a holder, you join the Discord, and then you are in the competition for 5 ETH, right? That is a little over $5,000 right now, right? Just a little while ago, it was over $7,000.
I was about to say it was over 8K like 2 days ago.
Yeah, so you're putting in $5. You have the opportunity to walk away with over $5,000. So if that's not an NFT worth getting involved with, I don't know what it is.
So XRPLIs, I also can appreciate what you're saying. The NFT market is absolutely down. But again, it's the same idea. If it's a project that you believe in the community, if it's a project that you believe in the company that is the NFT, same thing with these different, with these different assets in the crypto space. If ultimately you look at it from that manner, you've got to pick which ones make sense to you. Do you believe in Crusader and I? Do you believe that we know how to build a business? Do you believe that we know how to continue to feed a community and to continue to deliver truth and education and all the things that we bring? If you believe that, then you look at this as an opportunity, because let's look at it this way. Your NFT that you're going to buy right now for whatever you buy it for, 0.01, 0.1, whatever the case may be, if you believe that ETH is going to be at 5K in the next year, 2 years, whatever that number is, and you still think you can sell it for 0.01, 0.1, whatever, guess what? You 5x your investment. And if you're in a project like ours, you're getting real world utility that you saw my little daughter sitting on my lap. that you can ultimately use to help take care of your family. And we've talked about this a lot. The world is an uncertain place right now. We're seeing that in the crypto space, right? The sky's falling. Oh no. And so what do? You've got to have a game plan. Same thing in crypto as it is in the prepper space. If you fail to plan, you better plan to fail. And that's it. Period. End of discussion.
I mean, his comment goes, the resale of NFTs are not enough to get in. And that's true, right? But we're not in the reselling.
They're illiquid,
game,
is what he's
right?
They're illiquid, is what he's saying.
But what I'm trying to tell him is that you are extracting value from our NFT project without having to sell your NFTs, right? Yes. We have NFTs that are taking you to 3-day survival boot camps. Even if you don't ever sell that NFT, you literally went to a physical event where you learned from over 100 different experts and professionals in their fields about 100 different classes. So there is all the value. Even if you never resell that NFT, you already extracted value, right? And yes, it's an NFT, it's a competition, right? It's a contest. It's not 100% guaranteed. Well, you have way better chances of winning this competition than you do the lottery. And a lot of people were playing that, right? They were throwing hundreds of dollars at the lottery trying to win. So you have a way better chance at this. I mean, in a time like this, at the bear market, I don't see the big deal about risking $5 for $5,000.
Yeah,
I just don't see it.
I'm with it. I think it makes a lot of sense. I do want to touch on this. Psychedelic Astronaut says, it seems strange all this happened when historically crypto pumps around the election and the Dixie dumping at the same time. This all seems fishy. You know, I don't disagree with that. I think that timing is everything. And I'm not throwing the conspiratorial thought into the mix, but what I am saying is that timing is everything. And we talk about these dinner parties that are had. And my question, and this is what Crusader was talking about earlier, has a dinner party been had between CZ and SBF? Did SBF know that he was about to be in trouble? CZ said, hey, listen, if you let me look at your books, we'll formulate a way for you to get out of this. You can still be, because Sam Bankman-Fried the whole time has always said privately / not privately that he's not a crypto guy. So him getting out of the crypto markets and leaving as a however many hundreds of millions or billions of dollars that he ends up with at the time probably doesn't matter. What is he, 29 years old? Either way, I think he's going to be just fine as long as he doesn't end up in prison. So the question becomes, is there a bigger game plan here at play? Because yes, it usually does pump. We also see, for those of you that didn't see the stream the other night, Forrest was talking about this, and Monday nights we do altcoins, Thursday nights, TA Thursday around the charts. Make sure that you guys are sticking around for that. 7:30 Monday through Saturday, debate crypto right here. But he was talking about how the 6 months after a midterm generally pumps 15%. Right now, some of you in crypto are like 15%. I mean, that's nothing. It is something as you continue to grow your portfolio. I'll bet you'd take 15% to the upside right now, especially if you just bought in at these numbers where they're at. These dumping numbers give even more opportunity for it to settle back down and then maybe gradually move up. And hey, if you're on the crypto weatherman train, you're waiting for this melt up anyway. And the Dixie has got a lot to do with that.
He's actually walking away from that.
What?
He's actually walking away from it. Yeah, I just saw a tweet from him today. I'm gonna put it up right now.
Really? Like actually folding up the towel, tossing it in.
So no, not exactly.
Backpedaling a little bit.
He goes, let me be very clear. Though I am backing off the melt up. Okay, yeah, so let me share my screen. Let me pull it up.
I know it's the middle of the afternoon. Things are not as per the normal. Let me see.
He said, I'm backing off the melt up explicitly for Bitcoin. I still believe crypto will go up. I'm still accumulating. Doge, HBAR, and Matic are my top choices. I know Doge is odd coming from me. Everyone wanted discounts in November. Here it is. So there it is. He's backing off the melt up for Bitcoin.
That's a very interesting.
I mean, I think it's only a matter of time, right? He's been hanging on to it for a long time. It's okay.
Well, there's nothing wrong with change. I mean, the markets move and they change, and there's absolutely
new information happens, right? Something unexpected like FTX going underwater happens, and it throws the market off for a longer extended period of time. And you don't want to be that guy that says that he's bullish for 3 years, and then when it finally pumps, you're like, yeah, I've been right this whole time. Well, you've been wrong for 3, you were right for 2 months. But it's okay. It's okay to walk away from that. New information has come in, things have changed, and it's okay. It's okay to not think that there's going to be a melt up for Bitcoin right now. There just
check this out. And I just look, this is verified. I just check this. Bitcoin retest and rejection from 17K. We've got a long way to go, guys. Yeah, I don't know what the free fall looks like. We should probably call CVO and Magic Internet Money and say, yo, get on here right now. Let's talk about it. I don't know.
They were covering it this morning.
I saw that, but I didn't see if usually, there's a gap between like that naked point of control and ultimately where they have like there's basically a free fall, spot. I don't know how low that number is. I've been hearing
13.
That's what I was about to say. I've been hearing 13, but I've been hearing that number for a while.
It's a lot closer now, my friend. We're only 3 grand away.
Listen, there's 69 people in here. There's 69 people in here. We need 69 likes. We need 69 people in the Danger Close Alpha Discord. We need 69 people within the faction wars to try to win 5 ETH, to try to win that competition. We need all of that. But I also need 69 people to agree with me one thing. $13,000 Bitcoin is an opportunity. Okay, let me tell you in Spanish. Es una oportunidad. Okay, you have got to understand that some of these lower prices are just that. But timing the market is a terrible idea. You will miss.
Let me share
9 times out of 10, you will miss.
So here it is, right? Here's the quarterly pivots. We have support at 16.5, where we've kind of bounced off of that. But if this breaks, there is no more support here until 13.8. I know there's some other levels that people look at like CVO, but at least for the quarterly pivots, right, in this fourth quarter, we do not have support again until 13.8 if we break below 16.5. And we obviously close below it. We break it, we stay there, and then we start heading back down. 13.8 could be a very high potential, and then that would lead Ethereum to like the 800, even possibly the ultimate low level that CVO talked about for Ethereum this morning. Obviously, this is extremely low, and it's only after we break below 800 is 500. $500.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you what.
$500.
Okay. We hit a $500 ETH again, and I said I wasn't buying ETH because of our NFT project and whatnot. No, I'll be buying ETH at $500. I got to tell you, that is for sure. XRP Eli says bring on 13.8. Also, I wanted to touch on one more thing as it relates to our NFT project and just NFTs in general. NFTs again are a risk, right? One of the things that I do want to throw out there that we are trying to do different.
It's a risk when you're buying for the flip. Right? When you're trying to do the flip, that's the risk.
Yes. And so one of the things that we are trying to stress and promote, because it is a promotion of what we are doing, we are teaching you real life skills that ultimately, I know it's going to sound extreme, but could save your life. We're talking about stacking bullets, beans, bourbon, right? Like commodities that you need, right? Freedom seeds, right? You know what I'm talking about. All of these things come down to one thing: game plan. Same game plan we've been talking about with your crypto bags, the same game plan we've been talking about with the stock market, the same game plan with your retirement is the same game plan to save that little girl that was just sitting on my lap, right? If I have no plan whatsoever and I just reaction is usually emotional, and emotional decisions in crypto markets, bad idea. Stock market, bad idea. With your wife, usually a bad idea. Just take it from me, right? Emotional responses never end well. So an emotional response to a dump like this in the market might not be the best idea. But if you have an opportunity to get involved with something that helps you put together that game plan, that helps connect you with a community of people that are there for each other, our Discord, literally, I promise you, when I meet these people in person, right? When we meet these people in person, it's going to be like we've known each other for a long. I know it. I could literally, I can see how we talk to each other, the way that we joke around, but I also know that when somebody's had a problem in that Discord, boom, immediately reached out. We got a hardware wallet to somebody when they got hacked. Boom, big time. Everybody else jumped in and said, hey, what did you lose? Boom, replenished. So I just want to throw out there that a community of people is what you are truly buying into as it regarding the NFTs.
I want to touch upon that, right? When it comes to NFTs, the way I see it, right? A lot of people see it as just a quick way to flip and make more money, right? Because that's easy in the bull market, right? That's easy when there's a NFT frenzy and people are just buying everything at, they were buying ether rocks for, tons of Ethereum, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Ethereum, right? That don't do anything. I buy NFTs that have utility. The only
Touch this
NFTs
question. As you're speaking, touch this question. Keep going.
It's
keep going.
It's digital prepping or have real life classes. So yes, right. Our NFT project actually brings real life utility, and that's how I see NFTs. I only buy NFTs that I see some utility that I can actually use. So I'm entering a community that is going to give me something for holding this NFT. And I'm not saying give me something because I'm going to hold my hand down, just like give me free money, right? No, you're going to give me some type of experience, some type of knowledge. And that's what our NFT does. Our NFT, right? The bug out bags get you a 3-day survival bootcamp IRL. If you can't make it to the real life event, you get virtual access. We're going to be recording and live streaming the classes. There's over 100 classes being taught by 100 different professionals in all aspects of prepping, right? That's the kind of NFT projects that you need to be looking for. It's okay if prepping is not for you, you don't want to join us, that's fine, but just have the mentality that any NFT project out there that you're looking for, what can this NFT community provide for you? What are you going to get from being part of this club, right? Being part of this community. The utility is what's important, not the flip, because NFTs are super illiquid. It's only fun to be flipping and you think you're some type of crypto genius in the bull market. But in the bear market, you're going to get wrecked. You're going to be buying NFTs and you're never going to sell. In crypto, if markets go down and I want to panic sell, I can panic sell and pull out whatever $2-3 I have left in value. But in an NFT market, you can't. The NFT is there. Nobody buys it. You can never sell it. You're never going to pull out even at a loss.
Let me hit this over. It says only thing is with your NFT is I'm from the UK. So let's touch on it. So about half of the bug out bags are actually a virtual. So you have virtual access to the. So we're going to be there in person. Okay. We've got a big keg party and we're going to have a bunch of fun while we're there. But while people are learning, it's in May.
We're going to be teaching a class as well.
We're teaching a crypto/NFT class there. It's going to be a great time. And I went last year and it was off the chains. But what we're also going to be doing is we are going to have some of the classes taped and they're going to be live streamed. Okay. They're going to be live streamed to you and you will be able to ask questions actively as the classes are going on. So it will be as if you are there. So that's one thing. So there are bug out bags that are virtual. If it's bag 213 to 500, it's virtual and they're on the floor right now for really stupid cheap right now. So if you're looking to get a bug out bag, go over to OpenSea and check that out. But that's the first thing. Second thing, when the commodities come out, you can fill up your bags. There's open slots within the bags and we're putting commodities in those. Those commodities are going to allow you to buy the characters for cheaper. It's going to give you a whitelist spot that otherwise you might not have. Let's go one step further. The characters, right? The characters are going to give you virtual classes for the character that you have. You also are going to get a book that is called the roadmap, the preparedness. I always say it backwards. The
roadmap to preparedness.
The roadmap to preparedness by Forrest Garvin. This is a book that ultimately takes you from knowing nothing about prepping to being having a good understanding within a set amount, like within a year, you could go from zero to hero type of thing. It's a really good book. It's not a hard read. You're going to get that as well. There's so much that's happening that we're doing that you don't actually have to be here for. Now, if you were to grab every single one of the NFTs and you were one of the few people that are going to be on the backpacking trip, heck yeah, fly on over, check it out. We're going to have some fun. We're going to be testing our skills in real life. We're going to be doing all sorts of great things that are in person. But you don't need to be in the United States for this either.
And if you weren't here yesterday, you might not have heard. But we're getting in the bunker business, right? We're buying bunkers, and you're going to be getting access to these bunkers with our NFT project. What are the details? That's yet to be revealed. That's just a little heads up of where we're headed, right? We have a long-term goal with this project. This is not just a few NFTs and they go away. This is all about real life utility, and the utility only grows bigger and bigger the longer, right? We've partnered up with PrepperNet, right? The Forest is the CEO of PrepperNet, one of the largest prepping communities and companies here in the United States of America, and he is determined to bring prepping to every American. We've partnered up with them to get access to all these companies to make these things possible for you guys. So, if bunkers don't sell it for you, if a 5 ETH competition don't sell it for you, if real life utility doesn't sell it for you, right? Fire starters, pure fire tactical doesn't sell it for you. It's not for you. It's just not for you, and that's okay. And that's okay, right? But I want you to have the mentality of any NFT project you get into, look for utility, not empty promises, not the quick flip, not the floor prices of the NFT, but utility.
Yeah. Facts. Speaking of utility, the bunker comment, I know how it sounds. We actually had Loudmouth kind of accidentally leaked that information the other night on a Twitter space. I know it sounds wild, right? But let's look at it. A community of people, right, coming together. The entrance into the community is going to be NFTs of some sort, depending on what you got in at, whatever you're in. But what a cool thing to be a part of a group that actually can experience that bunker life as, let's just say, even an Airbnb. Maybe depending on what the logistics end up looking like, the number that we're able to purchase, maybe that's a small community of people that if things did go down, that you'd have access to. That would be nice, right? So we are trying to work that out. We've been in talks. I was on the phone for over an hour the other day with a gentleman who owns a bunch of bunkers, and I own a construction company. So guess what? If you build it, they will come. We are building a real life business is bottom line. We're in talks with companies that are trying to put us on the basically brand different things, bullets, beans, bourbon, the things that we're releasing with these commodities. We've got talks going on in the background. We're building a business, bottom line. So getting off of that, Miguel, what's the plan moving forward? So that's dangerclosealpha.com if you want to check out the website. We've got a couple of changes we need to make on there, a couple little updates. But dangerclosealpha.com, jump into the Discord. 5 ETH competition coming up. Get yourself involved. That's that. What's your game plan if we continue to go lower versus what's your game plan if we have a nice bounce?
Buy. If we go lower,
either
I'm
way.
buying. If we go higher, I'm buying.
Okay.
I'm buying, baby, because we're low.
Just at a good point.
Even if we pump right now 10, 20%, right, 15%, even a 30%, we're still really low of where crypto is going to be before it hits another next time all-time high, right? Is that, am I saying that that's going to be like we're headed straight into the bull market? Absolutely not, right? We can go up 30% and then probably crash another 50% again. But what I'm saying is I dollar cost average. I just accumulate. I accumulate. I am a long-term investor. I spent 3 years underwater on a loan. Right, I pulled out a $16,000 loan and I put it all into crypto, right? Because I wanted to start a Bitcoin mining business.
Financial advice.
No. But I'm just telling you my experience. I wanted to start a Bitcoin mining business, right? And once I realized that I could not do it in the current living position that I was in, I didn't have anywhere to put the mining machines. The idea that I had fell through where I could put them. I said, well, that's not going to happen anymore. Okay, what can I do with this $16,000? I said, you know what? I can just start buying Bitcoin and Ethereum now. And I did. I started dollar cost averaging into it, right? I bought Bitcoin at 10K, 9 something after the 20,000. It was over 50% drop. I was like, this is a huge discount. I bought it. Guess what? It kept going down for the next 3 years, right? And I kept buying. And I kept buying. And I kept buying. And for 3 years, I was doing nothing but losing money and paying a loan at the same time. But look at me now, bro. Look at me now. I'm still here, and I've made more money than ever. And even at these prices right now, I'm not losing.
That's right.
I'm not losing. I bought ETH at $80. I bought ETH at $100. I bought ETH at $200, $300. I bought Bitcoin at $7,000, $5,000, $4,000, $3,000, $8,000, $10,000.
Yeah.
We're still not there. I'm still winning.
Yeah. Overt, I'm going to guess he did not tell his lenders what the money was going to be used for. But you know what? At the end of the day, we would never suggest that somebody do something like that, right? We're not here
I'm
to
not
give you
suggesting that
financial
at all. I'm just
advice.
saying that's what I
He's
did,
saying
and
that's
that's what happened.
his experience. And what a cool thing to be able to, and I commend you for this, to be able to believe in something so much that you're willing to risk something like that, right? There's go hard or go home. You've heard
Get
people
rich or
say that
die
before.
trying, bro.
Get rich or die trying. And at the end of the day, the market in the state that it's in right now, when it's scary, that is the time. It's just factual. It is scary right now. People are wondering, are we going to go lower? Let's say Keeper said, hey, listen, this is an opportunity. And then tomorrow it dumps another 50%. Guess what? I still stand by and back what I said today, which is this is an opportunity, because even going down another 50% from here, which by the way, I don't see that happening, you still are buying long-term at a really low number. Bottom line is that
100%.
we are at a really good point to take a look at the market.
Somebody said that's so risky, dude. 100%. Life is all about risk. Investing is all about risk management, right? I was in a point where I was making a lot of good money and I could afford to pay for that loan for 3 years without any sweat off my back, right? Was it scary? Of course. Emotionally scary. Financially, I had the money to be able to do it, and I took the risk, right? And that's how people make money. Nobody makes money without taking risks. It's simple as that. And I'm not telling you to do the same thing I'm doing. Do not do it. Don't do it. Right? You have to take risks that you are willing to live with. And I was willing to live with that risk. And I have the mentality that I am going to get rich or die trying. Right? If I fail, I stay broke. I've been broke my entire life. Nothing will change in my life. But if I succeed, my entire life and the life for all of my for the generations after me and my family will be changed. But if it doesn't, we all continue being broke. Nothing changes.
I love it. I want to finish it off with this. So Psychedelic Astronaut says, those gains aren't guaranteed for us latecomers. The hopium is nice, though. Let me just say, Psychedelic Astronaut, first of all, we're really glad that you're here. Hopefully that you are a subscriber. Thank you for being here. Listen, nothing in life is guaranteed, right? We're not sitting here telling you to buy crypto. We're not giving any sort of financial advice whatsoever. We're telling you our experience. And in my experience with where I can see these crypto markets going, this is not just an idea. This is looking at market capitalization. This is looking at what's gold at, now what's digital gold at. We have got a long way to go. So though it is not a guarantee, nothing in life is a guarantee. You will get nowhere without having some sort of risk. You get married, that's a risk. You got a girlfriend or a boyfriend, that's a risk. You bring friends in and you tell them secrets about your life, that's a risk. You always have risk. And so what are you trying to figure out? What's the risk versus reward? The risk versus reward on the crypto markets right now is huge long term. So that's why we always say hedge, and pay it. Listen, understand what you're putting in. Don't put your mortgage in. Don't put money that you can't afford to pay bill. This is extra money that you plan on it going to zero. And when it doesn't, because we believe it's going up in the right long term, you took a risk and it paid off. It's paid off for me. It's paid off for Crusader. It's paid off for a lot of people long term. And you latecomers, I want to tell you, you're not late, right? These prices right now, you're going to look back. You're going to look back on these prices and say, what was I thinking? So I want to encourage everybody, hey, listen, do your due diligence, make sure you do research, look at your own portfolio, look at your own money, make your own decisions, because we're not here to make decisions for you. Everyone's different. But at the end of the day, opportunity awaits you if you're willing to take a little bit of risk. So crypto fam, we love you. You could be anywhere today on a Wednesday afternoon, middle of the day, but you're here with Debate Crypto. So thank you guys for being here. Just remember, question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl.
Like it's hot, baby.
We'll see you soon.